for Pitts. Intercepted by Ray Hubble, who may go all the way again. He's going to be cut off near the sideline. He was tripped by a man standing in front of the Winnipeg bench.
First down, Edmonton with the football. McManus going up top for Eddie Brown. What a catch! Eddie Brown! Touchdown, Edmonton! Penalty markers down all over the field.
Illegal substitution, too many men on the field, Saskatchewan.
From 33 yards out to win the 97th Grey Cup. Ball down, ball through.
What up, everybody? Football A podcast. Deuces up. There's got to be like, is it au revoir in French? Is that?
Yeah, that's goodbye. That's goodbye, actually.
All right, not great. Not a great start there as an Alouettes fan. Probably should have known that. We got to get a good something like, I'm sure there's got to be a Canadian like, what's up, y'all type.
I think it's football, eh? Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, well, some are saying.
So that might just be it. Look at you. But first, I think probably foremost, Luther Hakanavanu, Hamilton. He said he's okay. I'm glad. I don't know if you saw the clip or if you watched it. I was watching.
Yeah,
I missed it by this much. I was making popcorn, getting ready to watch the game. I sit down and I pull it up, and just all of a sudden there's an ambulance on the field, and I was like, okay. So luckily he's okay. I mean, that was a weird, awkward hit. I've watched the replay like 2 or 3 times since. I still don't really understand what happened, I don't think.
Yeah, it's similar to the DeMar hit where you watch it and you're like, I've seen hundreds of hits that looked harder than that. I don't understand why this is the one that has a guy react like that. But it's one of those freaks. I don't understand how the body works. Certainly not the brain. So it's weird.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. I mean, and then I do think this might be soft of me, but I think a guy, I'm like, you can't, like, I know he wasn't down, not even like he was still standing up when he let go of the ball, but like when it's that bad, I feel like maybe just let Hamilton keep the ball.
No, you're crazy. Absolutely not. Are you crazy?
No. Like, I mean, come on. Like, really?
Absolutely not. What is this, charity? No, we're not raising money here. This is football. If he fumbles, he fumbles. It sucks. Prayers up. Prayers up to him. We're glad he's saying he's feeling all right. But that's a fun.
Fair enough. Maybe it's the dad.
You're soft. No, never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. You're soft.
respect to you there. All right. Let's get into stuff from this week. We are firmly in the second half of the season now, with week 12 looming tomorrow. Interesting week last week. Thursday night, Friday night games were great. Our game, the second football A bowl, was an absolute nail biter down to the wire. Saturday, not so much, not close. And then Winnipeg and BC never really felt close. There's a lot on the docket as far as news. I feel like these last 2 weeks, it's been nothing but headlines and big news. So let's just start. Let's run down some headlines. You know what? I'll say the headline. I want your reaction.
Okay.
We'll start here. So first, shout out Snack Bites Pete. He's been back. It seems like Winnipeg wins, and then we hear from SBP. Weird how that works. Yeah, exactly. But he filled us in, Jeremiah Masoli, after you called him maybe the worst quarterback to ever put on a jersey.
That's simply not at all what I said. I remembered him better than he actually was. If anything, that's a compliment.
Absolutely. He let us know a little bit of Masoli's injury history. I bet against him, and I think that set the tone for the weekend because he goes in to Calgary, leads Ottawa to a win. Crazy game, crazy close. Ottawa again, just I don't know how they keep doing it. They simply can't keep getting away with the walk-off field goals, but credit to Lewis Ward for continuing to just crush dreams. Masoli, not bad. 250 and a score. Rock Armstead, I'm begging you
He's
to
incredible.
come on this fucking podcast.
He's incredible, dude. He's unstoppable.
When he gets going, I mean, 11 for 120 in a score, 6 catches for 44 yards. It is really incredible. Ackland was good. Shout out Jalen. My hate lasted like a week. But yeah, so the lone points came on the last seconds of the fourth quarter for Ottawa to send them over the top. Another very funny. I mentioned last week. I forget which game it was. I think it might have been Montreal's their like line score the in the box. Calgary 14 in the first quarter, and a very weird 14 at that, if I remember right. And then 2 points in the second quarter, 3 points in the third, and then 10. Almost completing the comeback, but not so. Yeah, Masoli looked good. Drew Brown is taking first team snaps, so it seems like he'll be back this week. But Masoli gets the dub in Calgary, and that's a long way to say. Let me give me your thoughts.
I should say my favorite part of that game. So in the NFL a couple of years ago, for those of you who don't follow the NFL, there's a guy named Josh Rosen, and every game he'd put up super weird stat lines. He'd be like 13 of 23 for 78 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Super weird games. So there's a Calgary, their one running back this game. Super weird game. He had 7 carries for 10 yards and 3 touchdowns. Just maybe the weirdest running back game of all time, truly.
Well, sir, I don't want to call you out, but that is Tommy Stevens, former Penn State quarterback.
Is he?
Yeah. He's their short.
I didn't even see his first name. I was not even paying attention, dude. Not even paying attention.
He's their short yardage QB, yeah.
That's crazy. 7 carries for 10 yards and 3 touchdowns. I did not even pay attention that was Tommy Stevens. I saw Stevens.
Yeah, no, Tommy, that's famously from the song Trace McSorley.
So fun fact, I watch these games on mute, which now you know. Wow. I hate because I can only watch it on my phone because we got to watch on CFL Plus. I hate it. I hate watching the games on the phones. It's my least favorite part of being a CFL fan right now in America. And it's very frustrating, especially usually the Saturday, Sunday games are on TV. Thursday, Friday are usually not. So I have to watch those on my phones. And those games I'll watch on mute. So this is what I'm saying. I didn't hear Tommy Stevens. If I did, that would have been very fun because that guy stinks. And I remember him from Penn State. No wonder he's a short yardage quarterback. He's a bum.
Oh, that's great from you. Okay, now I'll do the thing where I actually read headlines and get your reaction. Chris Jones, former Edmonton head coach, he's going to Hamilton to be their DC. Okay, great reaction.
I don't really have any thoughts about that. Just okay.
Love that from you. We talked about this, and I left it in there. I thought about cutting it because we got awkward when the topic came up with Chad Kelly reinstated.
What do you mean we got awkward? I don't understand what you mean there. We're nothing if not never. I don't understand. I'm bad with words. You'll learn. I'm bad with words.
Great with numbers, bad with words.
Yeah.
He is starting, and that is tomorrow night in Toronto with Saskatchewan back, but also
that's
Trevor Harris.
Sick work. Yeah, Trevor Harris was good this week. We'll get to that. I assume we'll talk about the games. But yeah, Trevor Harris was good. I'm excited to see that matchup.
Fajardo back, Austin
Huge.
Mack also back. I did tweet this. I think I did tweet it from the Football A. Nope, I didn't. This was a personal tweet, and I wanted to get your opinion on this. Austin back in Montreal or Austin Mactrial, which is better?
Don't do that anymore. Don't.
Okay, none of the above.
No.
All right.
Just I'm not a pun guy. Don't ask me. I'm not a pun guy.
All right, it's fine. You're not. It's cool.
But
it's
the first one is better. If I'm, I don't know if
Austin
I can say gun on here, but if I had a gun to my head and I was forced to pick one, that would be the one that I picked.
Sometimes it does feel like we're both Harry Doyle, like nobody's listening anyways. In
I don't
Major
understand the
League.
reference.
Never seen the movie Major League?
Oh, who's Harry Doyle? Oh, the
Bob
announcer.
Uecker. Yeah,
Dude, obviously I've seen Major League. I don't know that guy's name. Why would I know that guy's name?
it's Bob Uecker. It's Harry Doyle.
I know Bob Uecker. I don't know Harry Doyle. I know Bob Uecker.
Fair enough. That's actually probably fair. You're not, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can get behind that. And then let's just go to also I had on the docket, or at least on the headlines, Thor again to the 6th game. I don't know if you've noticed. Obviously, I've had the bet on him. Whenever I have like these season-long props on guys, I'll always watch them after the play because I'm terrified they're going to get hurt. And he's been the most injured play. Like, okay, I probably shouldn't say that. Not going to say that. He was always limping, I feel like, when he was getting up. Which
reminds me
Yeah.
of Big Ben. Big Ben used to do that too. Every time he get tackled, he comes up, he got a boot on his leg, walking out. I feel bad for Thor. He's not had the best year, admittedly, but he's a good running back. I was super excited about him. I'm still excited for him, probably next year, just because the way the season's going, it doesn't feel like he's ever going to really get into groove. But it kind of sucks.
At least credit where it's due. Frankie Hickson, the backup. I mean, he's been sick in
He's been good.
full-time role, so
Been good.
that's good. All right, let's get to the Football A podcast bowl.
No thanks.
It had to be tough. I don't know if this is credit to us. I started the early reverse jinx off
Sure did.
online.
Sure.
I could probably go look after, like, I don't know, maybe it might have been like 11 a.m. We did not speak the rest of the day.
No, I get my teams. I get so into the games that it's very tough for me. I really don't associate during the games. The Browns play the Packers this year, I believe. The same will be. Maybe we don't. Did we play them last year? Whenever they play, you'll see. I don't interact on game days. I go into my world and I don't talk to anybody. Certainly not on the other team.
And the funny thing about this is that I don't think we normally don't go at each other. But a couple of years ago, didn't we play on like Christmas or Christmas?
Yeah, it was
Eve?
Packers Browns.
Yeah, Packers Browns.
We didn't talk during that game, and then that was Baker Mayfield threw 4 picks, and there was a questionable call at the end, and I went off a little bit. I think I left the chat after that. I was so upset.
Yeah, we have a very weird, and then our baseball teams were playing. It was a Football A podcast host weekend, and I got the upper hand in every way.
Yeah, eat shit, buddy. Eat shit. We're first in the AL. What are you? Are you even in the playoffs right now? We don't even care about you. You're nothing to us.
I'm not. I don't want to have the worst jinx of all time. So I'm gonna say the Brewers have been playing well lately.
Congrats to the Brewers, first in the NL, best team in the majors, World Series run inbound. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Brewers.
Thank you. I can't. You're so kind. Anyways, yeah. Do you have any thoughts on this game? This is almost like opening statements.
I don't have a single thought on this game.
Okay.
No, I mean, clearly I do. It sucks. I really hate it, actually. It felt like we outplayed you. I mean, certainly Trevor Harris played really good. Thor was good while he was in. Yeah, I really do. So I don't know why I'm going to say this. I try not to put it on one guy, but really any loss, I'm like, oh, it's this single guy's fault. But in this case, it's kind of the kicker. Like it's kind of his fault. Three of 7, like a 19-point swing from a bunch of misses. If you include the return that went for a touchdown, like it's bad. If we're gonna put it on one guy, like if there was ever a game to put on one guy, it's this. This might be the game to put on one guy.
I think in a situation where you lose by 3 and your kicker misses 4 field goals, I think there's certainly some leeway
Yeah.
to say
Yeah,
that
don't send any
yeah.
hate to the kicker. There's been stuff in certainly college, but even the NFL where like kickers miss kicks and they get like threats. Like let's not take it that far. But I don't think Canadians do that anyway. That's more of an American thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean he lost us the game. It sucks. It's fine. It's fine. We're here. The way I look at it, we had Montreal on the ropes. We had the best team in the league on the ropes. I don't care about Davis Alexander. Sorry, I care about Davis Alexander. I don't care that it was Davis Alexander. We had Montreal on the ropes.
That was my next question is like, obviously we had Davis on and Montreal is like, close to us in a way, or at least, we've spent some time with some players, I should say.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've talked about Letcher and we love him. So for it to be like the two guys that like it'd be one thing if like Walter Fletcher like housed that, but for it to be Letcher who we like and then Davis, I was wondering what was going to happen.
I support our guys. I'm happy for Davis. I'm not happy for James Letcher till he comes on the pod. I'm happy for Davis. I'm happy for Caleb Evans. I'm happy for Ty Bev. No, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Happy for them.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. I'd like to throw it to another one of our alums because last week you had some fiery words.
Me fiery words?
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You talked. We had the fumble recovery thing.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, our boy Joel DeBlanco with a fumble recovery. Do you have anything to say there?
No. Well, good job, Joel. But it's
great hustle.
It's not a great play by you. Not a great play by you. It wasn't your play. The forced fumble is the play there. If we're ranking matters of importance, the forced fumble is the play. The fumble recovery is ancillary to the forced fumble.
Ooh, good vocab word.
Thank you.
And they say he can't. They say he's better with numbers than letters and words.
Wow. Yeah, fair. Either way, happy for Joel, but who cares?
Yeah, MBT, I mean, against Hamilton. It's kind of funny. Chris Jones obviously gets fired earlier in the year from Edmonton. And now he's going to go be the defensive coordinator for Hamilton. It was just all around bad. Taylor Powell goes down. Also with Hakanavanu and doesn't come back. And then they sent him to the hospital. It sounded like he was okay and was like pretty precautionary. When Powell was walking off, I don't know if you caught this, but like one of the trainers was like pulling him, like where to go. I think he was definitely out of it.
Yeah, it looked bad.
It did not look good. Justin Rankin in relief there for Edmonton as a running back. Very good.
A dog. I have a dog, an absolute dog.
I agree. Also, Greg Bell, Hamilton, he stepped up in the backup running back role. I didn't realize it was the same guy. I mean, we've talked about this, about my college football enjoyment and especially extends to the group of 5. I didn't realize he was the guy I was watching a couple of years ago on San Diego State. And I don't know if it's those jerseys that San Diego State wears, but he looks a lot slimmer and a lot faster in the Hamilton black and yellow than he did in the black and red of San Diego State. So credit there.
Yeah, credit to Greg Bell for not looking as fat as you did a couple years ago per Bryce Hopwood. So if you have any problems with that, please shout out him.
I guess that's basically the quote. Yeah.
The only thing I want to note here, I told you last week, I've never won an over-under bet. Never, ever. And we'll talk about our standings. I've never, ever won an over-under bet. Ever. In this game, I said, I'm going to take the under so that the league can have fun and the game will go over. And then the over was, 52.5? And they scored like 70. Like, it wasn't even close.
Edmonton had 47 on their own.
It's crazy. I'm vowing here. I will pick one over-under game every single week until I win one.
Wow.
So I'm going to buy you some free wins there. The magic number, we'll talk about it. The magic number has gone up because I'm only one game behind now. Some are saying be worried, but that'll buy you some free wins. That should guarantee you the win.
All right, well, I can respect that. Yeah, I don't. It's crazy. I mean, Bo Levi, 294 a touchdown. Obviously, the 2 picks. I actually turned this game off. I'll be honest.
Tough.
Yeah, I turned it off like middle of the third. I was like,
Yeah. Other stuff to do. It was a blowout.
Yeah, it was Sunday night. I was making pasta
Saturday
for
night.
dinner. But shout out Shamar Bridges. I mean, he was great again. 8 for 117 in the score.
Yep.
So the league, I want to do one of these weeks, one of these slower weeks where it's just kind of results and not a ton of headlines and stuff going around. I want to I did see somebody, I don't remember what the context was, but talking about receiving cores.
Okay.
Oh, I think the CFL posted something about like, does Montreal have the best receiving core? I personally don't necessarily think so, because I think there's some other good ones out there. But I would love to rank the receiving cores at one of these points.
Yeah, I'm count me in. We'll do that. We should rank
Nice.
every position group just for fun.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, love that.
Let's get
a
weird.
little ambitious. Maybe that's more of an off-season thing. But
Could be a preseason deal for sure.
Yeah, that works too.
But we'll see. We'll see going here. And then Winnipeg spoil Nathan Rourke. I think I should have been more sure of myself and looked it up before, but I think it's like Save on Food field at TD or at BC Place. Which I love.
You're obsessed with it. Obsessed.
Yeah, absolutely. But spoil our boy Nathan Rourke. Well, I guess.
Yeah, no.
Not our guy. Not
your boy. Your boy more than
my buddy's boy, brother.
Yeah,
I guess.
Your boy's boy.
Yeah. Spoil his return to BC. It was not great. 8 of 25, 126, 2 picks. I mean, obviously first real action in a good long while for him. So
yeah.
Got to get used to it. I mean, right away it didn't look bad. But then it almost got worse as the game progressed. I'm sure he'll be fine. He did first completion back, our boy. This was our boy, Aiden Eberhardt.
Is our boy.
Fact. I fucking love that guy. He's just that's a good guy right there.
Yeah.
But he had 2 for 45. He had the second most yards, but Chase Bryce came in relief. Shout out our guy, my guy again. He was 4 for 4 earlier in the year. Now he's 6 for 6. So I mean, some are saying the best. Some might be talking about the best quarterback in the quarterback room for BC isn't even VA or Nathan Rourke, and it's actually Chase Bryce.
If anybody has that take, they should be institutionalized. But I hear you.
Look, I'm not saying I'm saying what other people are saying. Well,
no, many are saying, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I could actually get away with that. Yeah, I mean, 10 for 10, 100 yards on the season. I don't really know what you want more from Chase Bryce.
I'm not even gonna dignify this argument with a real. This is crazy. My only takeaway from this game is here's what I have. So I think there's 2 ways you can frame this. Our good friend Snack Bites Pete will want me to frame it as Winnipeg's defense is so good. Look how they shut down Rourke. Like, they're so good. I need to be respecting them. That's not the way I'm going to frame it. Personally, as a Winnipeg hater, as a Rough Rider, my framing will be, you want congratulations for shutting down a guy that was in the building 5 days ago. Like, it's not like he's been here the whole season on the bench. Like, he just got in. He's probably still learning the playbook, and you want your flowers because you beat that guy. Like, congrats. No, you're not getting flowers from me. Man, if you want to play them week 21, and then you beat them like this, you can have your flowers. Not right now. Not right now. You're simply not getting your flowers this week. You're lucky you got to play a guy on only 5 days of actually learning the playbook. You'll not get any more credit from me. And Saskatchewan's still first in the West. Thank you.
You're welcome. I feel like the West has gotten beaten up the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's ugly out there.
The standings are pretty great. I wanted to talk about I was gonna say the Canadian national flower. There's not an official national flower.
Why? Why did you want to talk about the Canadian national flower?
Well, if we're gonna give them their flowers, give them the
Oh
Canadian
my
national
God.
flowers.
Oh my.
Was my thought, but
What's the American national flower? Do we have a national flower? I know there's state flowers. Is there a national flower?
yeah, the states thing is always weird because there's always all the states have like an official bird,
Yeah.
flower, and motto and all that stuff. American
Do
national
Canadian
flower.
provinces have their own things?
Ooh, good
Somebody
question.
let us know. So like he just said, we have state birds and flowers and stuff, and it sounds like there's a Canadian state or the Canadian national flower, bird, and shit like that. Do you have provincial flowers and birds and shit? What are you doing that for? What is their flower?
The American one, or
Oh yeah. Well, what's ours and what's theirs?
I don't know. I'm gonna let
I
somebody
thought you were looking it
Canadian.
up. What are you doing over there?
I'm looking. I looked up the American one, not the.
I thought you were looking up both. It's fine. What's ours?
We're not looking up all the provinces right now. We're doing a CFL
No,
podcast.
the national. You said you were looking up the Canadian national flower.
I said there wasn't an official one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead.
That's why this is a whole thing now.
What's our national flower?
Well, this actually is maybe the underrated one of the funniest things I've ever read. On November 20th, 1986, arguably probably the best thing this man ever did, Ronald Reagan declared the rose the national flower.
Okay.
I mean, totally.
I mean, it's pretty standard. Yeah, I mean, not America. Yeah, doesn't exactly feel like a rose country. I would say maybe like a Venus fly. Does a Venus flytrap a flower? I don't know. I think it's more of a plant than a flower. But
I might work in lawn care, but I can't say I've got like all the phlebotomy.
no, phlebotomy is blood. I think.
What's the
word?
I guess
not phlebotomy.
It's fucking close, isn't it?
It feels close.
Phlebotanist?
Botany, not phlebotomy. Yep, yeah. Phlebotomy is blood. Botany is flowers.
That's what you come to the Football A podcast for.
Words.
Absolutely. All right. I do want to talk about the standings for a brief moment and talk about the West a little bit. I don't think anybody got a point besides Winnipeg last week. And I mean, frankly, at this point, I don't think
Edmonton won.
What?
Edmonton won.
Yeah, Edmonton and Winnipeg did. And I mean, at this point, I don't think Edmonton's won 3 in a row. I don't know that it's out of the cards that they could.
I think Edmonton's better than Winnipeg.
Of course,
we'll get there. I mean, what their game? They're closer to Winnipeg than Winnipeg is to Saskatchewan. Is that not it? It's not that crazy of an argument. That's a fact. They're one game out of Winnipeg, and they're hotter. They're on a 3-game win streak. They flipped their quarterback's hurt, and they're on a win streak. Still, some are saying they're better than Winnipeg. I mean, we'll see. Winnipeg gets a layup this week. A layup. We'll talk about that. While Edmonton has to play. This is a complete opposite sides of the schedule. I'm talking Edmonton's better than Winnipeg. Winnipeg plays Hamilton this week, and Edmonton hosts Hamilton, and Edmonton has to go to Montreal. It's an absolute farce of a league. They're doing this to sabotage the Edmonton Elks in favor of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Some are saying league's favorite. Do they get the calls? Yes.
Oh, you're. I don't know how you don't have your own show. You're an absolute gold star of a talking head here. I do think it's funny seeing it is objectively very funny that Montreal is 9-1 and the next best record is Ottawa at 6-2-1.
I don't think that's funny at all. I actually hate that. Actually, maybe my least favorite thing about the season so far. The only thing that would possibly make it worse is if Winnipeg was 9-1 and then Ottawa was 6-2-1.
That's probably true. That is probably true. Yeah, Hamilton seems like the worst team in the league. And I think they'll probably continue to be. It is getting pretty ugly out there. But yeah, the Winnipeg defense has really stepped up lately, and I think that's kind of what's allowed them. I do think the home road splits. I mean, they lost those couple games in Princess Auto. They're now 3-2 at home, but 1-4 on the road. It is kind of funny just to see almost everybody. I mean, Montreal hasn't lost a road game in like forever, and the next best team on the road is Ottawa at 2-2. Saskatchewan 2-1. So
Home field advantage is a thing. Some people forget. Shout out Big Takes. If you're listening to this, which you're surely not, home field advantage is a thing.
yeah, thank you for not supporting us, man.
Yeah.
So let's get on to this week. Home field advantage for Toronto with Saskatchewan in town. What are you thinking? I mean, Schaefer Baker's back.
Okay. I've been stewing on this. Saskatchewan money line is my play. Chad Kelly has not played football in a long time. And the last time we saw him, frankly, he looked like pure dog shit. Like injected into my vein blood. Like dog shit. He was terrible. And he hasn't played in a long time, and he's got all this mental stuff going on. I don't think he comes out like the most outstanding quarterback that he was. Like, I think he comes out with a hitch, whether it's noted, like, he's not going to be that guy. And Trevor Harris is back, and he looks good. Yeah, we're going to win. 3-2-1 on the road, Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Wow.
That's what we're saying.
Somebody has to start to take control in the West.
Not going to be Winnipeg.
Exactly. I don't hate that. I understand your reasoning. I think the Saskatchewan D is ready. I think a non-hobbled Frankie Hickson compared to the hobbled Thor has been kind of holding them back a little bit. I'm actually going to do the irresponsible thing and follow you on that, Saskatchewan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll move on to Friday. This one is you said it, a 9.5 point difference between Hamilton and Winnipeg. I'm half tempted to just go with Hamilton just on the basis of like most games being close. Like 9.5 feels like a lot, but I feel like it's either a one possession game or a blowout in this league. At least lately.
Yeah, this is the game that I'll be taking my over under. Because 9.5 Hamilton is truly terrible. But so is Winnipeg. Like Hamilton's quarterback has more than 5 days to prepare. I don't know if Winnipeg's ready for that. We'll see. I'm torn here. I think the game goes under. So do I take the over so that I can tell myself mentally that I was right, even though my bet will be wrong? Or do I just take the under? Like, and ideally, this is a Winnipeg game. I'd like the Winnipeg fans to not have fun. So if I bet the over, the game will go under, and then Winnipeg fans will not have fun. That's my ideal world. But I'm only a game back of you, and I'd like to come back, so I'll be taking the under 48.5.
Okay.
That's
Interesting decision there. The Chris Jones stuff basically came out. I mean, I don't know how you really want to hire a guy that just had the worst defense in the league through the first half of the season, essentially.
Yeah.
That being said, I think change of scenery, maybe get some guys in some different positions. You're playing for pride. I think Hamilton keeps this one close. I mean,
I hope so.
I mean, the Winnipeg BC game last week was a 9-point game. I know Hamilton is worse than BC on an entirety of the team level, but Winnipeg hasn't done it's not like they shredded BC. If Hamilton gets going on defense and they just hold on to the ball, that's the whole problem is turnovers. If they just hold on to the ball, I think it ends up being close. I'm going to take Hamilton plus 9.5. That gives me a little bit of wiggle room, I think, on that one.
Sorry.
Saturday night, BC heads to Ottawa. I'm going to say it. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't take Ottawa at this point.
Well, that's the trick, right? Is it not a trap line?
I'm
Did
seeing
what?
1 point.
Did we establish? Does the Vegas of Canada do trap lines? Do we
Well,
do?
We've been
We've
told
said.
Vegas is Vegas.
Well, does the Vegas of Canada do trap lines? For the CFL, do they know enough about the CFL to do trap lines? Because we've had a couple of games this year where we said that feels like a trap line, but I doesn't even register in my head the next week to follow up on whether or not the trap hit, like whether the trap worked. This feels like a trap line. Ottawa, you just had second best record in the league, and they're getting their quarterback back, and we just saw Rourke look like the worst quarterback to maybe ever play football. And they're favored on the road. I don't know about all that. I'm gonna bind here. I'm truly in a bind. I'm gonna go BC -1.5.
Wow, you were tracking the Ottawa line and just crisis averted. Not even it never crossed your mind.
No, I won't bet on Ottawa. Just like I won't bet on Winnipeg. I won't do it. I'm morally opposed, even though I've lost a ton of money betting against Ottawa. This is like a ton of money. This feels like a trap line, and I won't fall for the trap. So
Right.
I'm gonna. If I lose, I lose. But I'm not gonna get caught in the trap. I'm not a bear.
Ottawa's defense has been sneaky this year, led by Ohio State, former Ohio State man, Damon Webb.
Not good at Madden. Damon Webb. Yep.
I think with Rourke's struggles, I mean, obviously, I would assume he's going to be better. But
Yeah,
I think
that's the idea. That's why I picked him. Rourke's gonna have more than 5 days to prepare, and
I think
can't play Winnipeg every week, but it'll be nice.
I think the confidence might be a little shaky, and if they get to him early, I mean, their pass rush has been really good. So I think that if they're able, Bryce Carter, his availability is a little bit up in the air, but if they're causing pressure on Rourke, I could see them having trouble. And so that's why I'm just going to take Ottawa at home. That's all I see there.
I see the
Last game Sunday night. I have to wait all week long. Edmonton heads to Montreal. I'm seeing 6.5 in the favor of my Alouettes. I got to double check. I sent you the jersey thing. Do you have give your take before I double check this?
I think it's a nice jersey. I think it looks good. I usually don't like a lot of the throwbacks. Kind of look weird to me, just because. Not that I'm a big fashion guy. If you've ever met me, I wear plain black t-shirt and athletic shorts. Like, I'm not a fashion guy, but fashion has evolved. Like the way stuff looks has evolved. So I think a lot of the throwbacks look bad, but these ones look good. I'm a fan of them. I think they did a good job, not just pulling them over, but updating them. If that makes sense.
I respect that. Did you take a pick?
Oh, I didn't. You said you were looking up the jerseys. I can take a pick. Edmonton +6.5.
Wow.
Yeah, Edmonton plays every game close. We've been over this. Every game, past few weeks, they've been blowout wins. But when they lose, it's typically close. I think I've taken Edmonton every single week. And Fajardo's coming back off of a long time off. Does he come back right into the groove? Probably not. It probably takes him a half. Montreal wins, I think. I'm just saying maybe it's close.
That's fair. I think he's going to come out firing with Austin Mack back in the lineup. I haven't seen anything on Philpott. I could probably check the injury report, but I won't. I'm going to go blind until I check right after we get done recording this. I'm actually going to take Montreal -4.5 in the first half. I'm going to get cute.
What the?
I'm going to get cute. I think the defense holds MBT. I assume MBT, stymies him early. And then Cody probably has a good throw or two early on. Then people are like, "Oh my God, he's back," which would be great for me. So I'm going to take them early on in this one. I'm going to get cute with it. I hope we obviously win the ball game. That would really suck if we didn't. But we are wearing the throwbacks, the 1974 throwbacks this week. So there's no way we can lose in these jerseys.
Oh, that's tough. Chat, clip that. Chat. That's gonna be a tough look. If come Sunday night, the Edmonton Elks are on top, you saying they can't lose is gonna be a tough look, and I will remember this.
It would be a real shame if that were to happen. But I don't think
you're basically guaranteed to win. No jinx, you're guaranteed to win. That's what you just said.
I will guarantee a victory on Sunday.
Ooh, that's a tough look. Tough look. God, I will.
Not many 6.5
praying on your
point
downfall.
favorites have the balls to guarantee a win like I do.
It's true. Next, Ohio State's going to guarantee a win against Akron week 1.
Wow. Who would have thought? Who would have thought we'd be here? Oh, boy. All right. Great week. We'll see you. Well, we're watching ball tomorrow. Please tell your friends about us if you enjoy us, because if you've made it this far, you'd have to enjoy us. I can only imagine. So I'm going to try to be tweeting from the Football A podcast. We got a very nice shout out from our guy, and I believe official. I didn't bad journalism by me, but to double check on
Guinness World Record holder. Yes.
Is it official?
Yeah, he broke it. I think I read somebody else was trying to beat him, but I haven't seen anything about it, so I don't think they succeeded. So I think Chris is the record holder. I know he broke it when he did it.
Okay, gotcha. Well, yeah, I think he said something about he sent out a big tweet, thread and stuff. So he included us in that in the podcast. So yeah, check out the @football_AEH_pod Twitter. We'll be hanging out there this weekend. I'll try to get it loaded up, maybe talk some ball. Tell your friends about the YouTube and Spotify, and subscribe and like, and tell your friends, because that's how we get to keep doing this. If you don't, we'll just quit. So then you won't be entertained.
You know us Americans, known quitters. We give up very easily. So if you don't listen, we will quit.
That's a promise.
They don't talk about guarantee. Guarantee. We'll quit if you don't listen to us.
But please do listen, because I do enjoy this, and I don't want to just,
The other side of the American coin, if you don't listen, I will fight you. Listen.
Listen, tell your friends. Thank you, everybody, so much. This has been Football, eh?